Hello everyone, and welcome to this module on data analysis with Pandas. Today, we are going to unlock the power of high-performance data manipulation in Python. If you have ever felt limited by Excel or overwhelmed by raw data files, this is the toolkit you have been waiting for. Here's our roadmap for this session. First, we'll define exactly what Pandas is and why it is the industry standard. We'll break down its core building blocks, the series, and the data frame. Then, we'll get hands-on with the essential workflows, loading data from the outside world, inspecting it to understand what we have, and then the fun part, manipulating, cleaning, and crunching the numbers for insights. Let's dive in. So, what exactly is Pandas? At its core, Pandas is an open-source library built on top of NumPy. While NumPy deals with numerical arrays, Pandas is designed specifically for tabular data. Think of it as a programmable Excel spreadsheet or a SQL database that lives inside your Python code. Why do data scientists love it? Number one, it's incredibly flexible with missing data. In the real world, data is messy. Pandas has built-in tools to handle gaps, which are represented as NaN, or not a number. Number two, it provides powerful tools for loading, slicing, and merging datasets. A quick bit of trivia, the name Pandas doesn't actually come from the bear. It's derived from the term panel data, which is an econometrics term for multi-dimensional datasets. Essentially, it bridges the gap between raw, messy data and actionable insights. To master Pandas, you need to understand its two primary building blocks. First, we have the series. Think of a series as a one-dimensional array. In an Excel analogy, this is a single column. It usually contains homogeneous data, meaning all integers or all strings. Second, and most importantly, we have the data frame. This is a two-dimensional labeled data structure. It's your table. It consists of rows and columns. Unlike a NumPy array, a data frame can hold heterogeneous data types. You can have a column of names, strings, next to a column of ages, integers, next to a column of ratings, floats. This flexibility is what makes it so powerful for real-world analysis. Let's look at how to build a data frame from scratch. While you'll usually load external files, knowing how to create one manually is excellent for testing. The most common method is using a Python dictionary. In the code on your screen, notice the structure. The dictionary keys, like name, age, and rating, become your column headers. The dictionary values are lists representing the data in those columns. We write df equals pd.dataframe, open parentheses, data, close parentheses. When we print this df variable, Python organizes those lists into a neat formatted table with rows and columns. In a professional setting, you rarely type data manually. You load it from external sources. This is where Pandas shines with its input-output capabilities. Here are the three commands you'll use 90% of the time. First, for text files, we use df equals pd.read_csv. This is the standard for flat data files. Second, for spreadsheets, we use df equals pd.read_excel. And third, for connecting directly to databases, we use df equals pd.read_SQL. And remember, once you're done analyzing, you can export your results just as easily using df.to_csv. Once your data is loaded, you must inspect it. Never blindly trust your dataset. Here are your inspection tools. First, check the dimensions using df.shape. This returns a tuple telling you exactly how many rows and columns you have. Next, preview the content. Use df.head to see the first 5 rows or df.tail to see the last 5 rows. This helps you verify the data looks like what you expected. For a deeper technical check, use df.info parentheses. This is crucial. It tells you the data types of each column and, remarkably, the non-null counts. This is your first clue if data is missing. Finally, for a statistical snapshot, use df.describe parentheses. This instantly calculates the mean, minimum, maximum, and standard deviation for all your numeric columns. Now let's talk about selecting data. This is often a point of confusion for beginners, so let's clarify the rule right now. We have two main indexers, loc and iloc. First, loc stands for location by label. You use this when you want to select data by its name. For example, df.loc brackets row label, comma, column name. Second, iloc stands for integer location. It uses position regardless of what the row is named. It uses zero-based indexing like standard Python lists. For example, df.iloc brackets 0, 0 would select the item in the very first row and the very first column. Remember, loc is for labels, iloc is for integer positions. Data manipulation is where you mold the dataset to fit your needs. Let's start with columns. To select a single column, you treat the data frame like a dictionary. df brackets age returns that specific series. To add a new column, it's as simple as assigning a variable. For instance, df brackets score equals df brackets rating multiplied by 10. This automatically calculates the new value for every single row. To delete a column, the recommended method is drop. We write df equals df.drop parentheses age, comma, axis equals 1, close parentheses. Note that axis equals 1 specifically refers to columns. Now let's look at modifying rows. If you need to add new data to the bottom of your data frame, be careful. The old method, append, is deprecated. The modern way is to use pd.concat. You create a new data frame for your new row and then concatenate it with your original one. The syntax is pd.concat brackets list of data frames, comma, ignore underscore index equals true. To remove a row, we use the drop method again, but this time we specify the index of the row we want to remove. For example, df.drop parentheses 0. Real-world data is rarely perfect. You'll frequently encounter NaN values. This is cleaning data. First, detect the problem. df.isNull parentheses .sum parentheses will give you a count of missing values in every column. Once you find them, you have two choices. Option 1, drop them. df.dropNa parentheses removes any row that contains missing data. This is quick but can lose data. Option 2, fill them. df.fillNa parentheses allows you to replace gaps with a value. A pro technique is to fill missing numerical values with the average. For example, df brackets age.fillNa parentheses df brackets age.mean parentheses. This keeps your dataset size intact while minimizing error. Pandas is also a powerful calculator. We can perform descriptive statistics instantly. You have access to aggregate functions like sum, mean, median, min, and max. A critical concept here is the axis. If you run df.sum parentheses axis equals 0, Pandas sums vertically, giving you totals for each column. If you run df.sum parentheses axis equals 1, it sums horizontally, adding up the values across each row. For example, to get the average age of your users, you simply type print parentheses df brackets age.mean parentheses. Let's summarize what we have covered today. The data frame is your core object. It's a table with rows and columns. Use read_CSV to get your data into Python effectively. Master the difference between loc for labels and iloc for positions. Always start by using describe and info to get a feel for your dataset. And finally, data quality matters. Always clean your data using drop na or fill na before you start your analysis. Thank you for your attention.